Yo guys, and welcome back towards this new streaming on our channel. And on today's stream, I will be discussing the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market. But only one thing that is a little bit bad, what I do not enjoy here, is that the stream right now is having a little bit of lower quality. And I've been trying to figure it out already for the past 30 minutes or so, but I've not been able to figure out exactly what is currently going on here. And I see right now on my other screen, the quality is, to be honest, pretty good here. So maybe the issue is already solved up. So guys, anyways, let me know in the comment section if the quality is right now good enough here for the stream, so we can of course go further over here on the analysis. So anyways guys, thank you so much for tuning in towards this amazing new stream here on the channel. On today's stream, we're going to go over basically the whole market. We're going to go over all these important things we're currently seeing here, because yes, Bitcoin is right now forming quite a lot of interesting things here, what I do think we should be starting to be talking about here. So let's start off, of course. Oh, everyone is saying the quality is good in the chat. So that is very nice, because I was literally working 30 minutes before the stream, and I was literally 2 or 3 minutes later going live because the quality was not working good enough. But apparently it does work perfect, so that is nice to know here. So as well, guys, I'm currently tuning in from off this stream from Mexico. I'm currently in Mexico here for some important business I have to do, so it's going to be a very, very amazing time here. I will be here staying for another 3 days, 3 weeks here, so I will let you know once I go back towards my own apartment again. So let's discuss Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently is forming a very interesting pattern, because Bitcoin is currently forming falling wedge here on the market. Bitcoin is forming this lower high together with lower low structure, like you can see over here, and we're forming a significant movement towards the downside. And while we're forming this significant movement towards the downside, you can clearly see currently that we are forming, of course, a falling wedge structure. Falling wedge structure is getting formed exactly like this here, and right now we are seeing quite a lot of significance on the lower side of support, like you can see over here, and we're forming quite a lot of significance on the trend line of the rejection from the top side. So we're indeed forming a very important falling wedge structure, and this one is about to be breaking out as well here. When will we be seeing the breakout? I personally think in the coming 2 to 3 hours from now on, maybe already earlier, and that is also one of those reasons why I'm currently putting up this live stream, because I want to be discussing this breakout all together with you guys out there here on this channel. So breakout is almost going to be occurring for a falling wedge. Of course, there's only one price target, and it's of course the top side of the wedge, and in this case the top side of the wedge is only a 1.8% movement towards the upside from this point, but still another 1.8% movement towards the upside could be of course a very, very beautiful move that Bitcoin could be generating today here. So falling wedge looking good in the 1 hour time frame, but what is going to be important for me here in order to be staying a little bit more bullish on Bitcoin is of course to break above the 43.4k. While you're maybe asking me, excuse me, not 43.4k, this level over here, the 43.5k. I don't know why it is right now standing over there, but if we could be breaking above this level over here, I do think we could be looking a little bit more bullish. Of course, we did close above it over here, but I want to be seeing several significant closes above here, because otherwise we're just going to find another rejection. Why do I think this level is so important? I will be explaining that right away to you guys out there, because as soon as Bitcoin does take back the range the previous low from the highs and the previous rejection zone from last time around, we could be looking of course a little bit more bullish, because if we're breaking above of that range and we flip that level in support again, we're going to be continuing our uptrend towards the upside. So currently as well, if we're going to zoom out and let me remove the drawings for 1 second, you can clearly see, okay, Bitcoin is in a pretty interesting structure right now here. We're not necessarily seeing a pure uptrend getting started, we're not necessarily seeing a pure downtrend getting started. No, we're really in a consolidation phase right here. Okay, this was an uptrend over here, and of course, this was a downtrend a little bit over here. But of course, on a bigger scale, we can clearly still see Bitcoin is forming higher lows along the way up here. But right now as well, on this bigger scale, while we are talking about it, we can clearly see Bitcoin is as well forming lower highs here. So indeed, Bitcoin is definitely in a consolidation phase. The reason why I do still say that is because a consolidation phase is always getting created here once the market is forming, of course, higher lows and lower highs at the same time. And of course, that basically means it's forming a symmetrical triangle. And that basically means here is that the price action is currently preparing itself for a massive market movement in the coming hours ahead of ourselves. So yes, I do think there's going to be a lot of volatility here on Bitcoin, and that's going to be happening definitely in the coming hours from now on here, as soon as Bitcoin does going to choose a direction. Because on the wider scale, what we can say here, as soon as Bitcoin fails to hold on towards the support line, we're going to be looking for a downtrend, because we're breaking the higher low trend, of course, that we're currently trading. And of course, if we're going to be breaking the top side of this rejection point here, we are going to be breaking bullish. Why? Is because we're breaking the downtrend that we were currently trading at. So that's going to be very important to be looking on right now here. And some people are saying you're sick. No, I'm not sick at all. I sound sick. I mean, no. Wait, let me see. I think it's my microphone settings over here. So guys, no, I'm not totally sick at all here. So you don't need to worry at all about it. Only my voice is a little bit gone here. My voice is a little bit gone. So maybe that is a little bit the thing here. But anyways, no, I'm not sick at all here. But Bitcoin indeed forming a symmetrical triangle over here. And it looks to be that we're going to be seeing a very significant breakout here on the coming hours ahead of ourselves. So let's as well go over the Bitcoin 4-hourly chart here on Bitcoin. Because yes, this is an extremely important chart what we're currently looking at. Why question mark? Is because we have been making one of the most craziest trend lines ever here. Like you can see on this market right now, Bitcoin has been forming such a significant downward sloping trend line, and you can see clearly a lot of touch points. So we can see once over here, more touch points over here on the top side for the rejections, as well another touch point here on the 14th of January, and as well more touch points are getting generated right now. So this trend line that we're currently creating towards the downside is one of those most important levels to look at. Why question mark? Is because this is a trend line and that is already provided a lot of resistance for Bitcoin. And of course, once a level is already providing a lot of resistance on a certain asset, it's going to be, of course, continuously doing that. But also, a thing that I do say here, the more times we're going to touch such kind of a significant level, the more likely it is well going to be that we're going to be breaking above it. So indeed, we are looking pretty interesting right now here. Why am I saying so? Is because we are currently on the verge of breaking out here. And like you can see on the lower side of support here, we were literally breaking below it, but right now we're getting recovered with this wick on the lower side here. But basically what we can currently see here is that Bitcoin is forming an upward sloping support line over here, like you can see over here. And we're currently retesting this upward sloping support line over here. And we're going to come towards an apex here for the downward sloping resistance line and the support. So Bitcoin is about to be seeing massive market volatility because we are going to be squeezing the price action in towards an apex. And always once an apex is going to get reached here, we're going to either choose a direction here to be breaking out towards the upside, or we're going to choose to break towards the downside. And that is also a reason why I yesterday uploaded the video here that Bitcoin is going to be seeing a significant breakout, and it is going to be choosing a direction within the coming 24 hours. So what I will be seeing right now here in the coming 16 to 20 hours from now on, I do expect a major market breakout either towards the upside or downside. That's still a thing that we have to be waiting for, because yes, I can't tell you right now Bitcoin is breaking or breaking down. Of course, I could give you the probabilities, what is more likely to expect here, and I will be doing that as well in a few moments from now on here. But yeah, right now we just have to wait a little bit longer till we're going to see a clear rejection or a clear breakthrough getting started from up this point. Of course, we could have been as well approached it a little bit differently, like so. And of course, if we're going to be approaching this downward sloping trend line over here, we could be as well see a massive market, touch point from here getting created, of course. So yeah, I am definitely looking forward towards on how this is going to be playing out from up this point. And as soon as we do see a breakout towards the upside, it's going to lead towards a lot of bullishness. But what has to be happening as well if Bitcoin does break towards this upside, right? So you can clearly see Bitcoin as well was trading on a very important level here. Horizontal support was major on the market. And like you can see over here, this level provided just massive amounts of support here. But right now, once Bitcoin is going to go up, let's say we're going to speculate Bitcoin is going to be breaking up here, and it is going to come up towards the 45.9K. Are we going to see a rejection from that point? That's the question you're probably asking me right now. I think a rejection from that point is going to be extremely likely to assume. Does it necessarily have to happen? No. But is it likely to expect this level getting retested and of course afterwards getting rejected to see a further continuation towards the downside? Yes, there is a very big chance that Bitcoin is going to do so. But of course, let's say Bitcoin is going to see a short-term rejection and still break back up here, let's say only to 44 times US dollars. Bullish. Let's say Bitcoin is going to right away break through it, and of course as soon as Bitcoin basically breaks through it, as soon as this level over here if we gain back this level, if we're going to close a 4 candle above of this level again here, I will be starting to set and become extremely bullish. You might maybe asking me right now, Rover, why are you going to start being so bullish? This level has been, of course, retested already several times in the past, and that is the whole point here. Because if Bitcoin right away can increase its valuation above of this range here, it basically means that Bitcoin is gaining back at this level what should supposed to be major resistance so quickly already. What means there's a lot of buy pressure, and of course the sell pressure is already pretty exhausted on the market. So that is definitely for me going to be extremely important to witness on how Bitcoin is going to be approaching the 45,000–46,000 US dollars, because that is going to be a major question in my head right now here. And of course, as soon as we're going to come towards those levels, I will be dropping out the live stream again. So guys, don't forget to right away smash up that subscriber button. And of course, while you're right now watching as well, guys, it will be highly appreciated if you guys can smash up that like button as well. I currently can see we're having 130 likes, but we're watching with more than 800 of you guys out there. So don't forget to right away slap up the like button right now here. If you could do so, it will be definitely highly appreciated, because it's only going to take a few seconds of your time, and you're literally would mean the world to me, of course. So looking very much forward towards it. It's Monday. It's Monday already. Some people are saying today is Sunday. No, it's Monday already. So also, because it's right now Monday, because it's a new week here, we could see this volatility getting started. Of course, the weekend is behind us. Weekend was pretty low volume. If we're looking to the volumes from like this last weekend, and of course if we're just looking to the price action last weekend, not a lot of movements really happened. Bitcoin was so boring last weekend. I mean, it's crazy. Bitcoin was extremely boring last weekend. Not a lot of interesting things played out over there, and that is also a reason why I do expect massive market volatility is coming, because usually once the market is flatlining, once the market is forming a lot of sideways actions, it's basically showing us a preparation for major market movement. And currently we can clearly see Bitcoin is getting itself ready for this major market movement, so I definitely look forward towards it. Let me see what we're going to have here as well. It's a US holiday today. Oh wait, what kind of holiday is it today? I mean, I was not aware about US holidays, to be honest. But let me quickly check up here on the US 500. Sorry, on the S&P 500. How it is currently going, and if the everything is closed right now. So it looks to be indeed today everything is closed still. So tomorrow it's going to be opening on the 18th of January. So that's pretty cool. I was not aware there was a holiday today, to be honest. I was really thinking there wasn't a holiday today at all. So tomorrow we're going to get a holiday. Today is a holiday. Tomorrow the US stock market will be opening again. So I was not aware there wasn't a holiday over here, but thank you for letting me know, of course. So that's pretty interesting to know, because right now, the US market is basically closed here. We can see as well the CME of Bitcoin is as well closed, and of course we want to be seeing the CME of Bitcoin. Oh, the CME of Bitcoin is open. Excuse me. I thought it was closed here. So probably the volatility on the market still will be less here. Probably the volumes in the market still will be less. Why? It's because there's still a holiday, and that is of course a very easy explanation about why we are currently seeing that, of course. So that's pretty interesting to know here. If we're going to purely look at the S&P 500 here on how we could be expecting how it's going to be performing tomorrow, let me quickly go to the daily time frame. We can see S&P 500 is in a beautiful trend towards the upside. Is it going to come down here? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like it. Of course, we do know like the Fed is currently looking in making higher interest rates here. Of course, that's pretty dangerous for assets, because we do historically know here, if the interest rates become higher, less people are going to invest their money, because I mean there's less money going to get lent from the banks here, because that's how money is getting created here. The less money is going to get borrowed from the banks there, the less investing will be going on here, because usually big companies are lending money from the bank here, borrowing money from the bank to invest their money, but that's of course going to be holding back most likely from that point here. So Pretty interesting what we're currently can see here, and pretty interesting what we're going to see here in the coming year 2022, because 2022 is going to be a crazy year. They're going to try to introduce a tapering strategy. They're going to try to, of course, really save the dollar inflation while we're still seeing 7% inflation, and what is absolutely crazy. So I'm very curious about how they're going to solve these issues right here from up this point here, but hopefully it is going to help them, but I don't think so. So I'm very excited about it. Really, the dollar index is moving. Let me quickly check up on the dollar index here. Let me as well go over all my other important charts I want to be discussing here about Bitcoin longs and shorts. Pretty important to know. So last 2 days, dollar index moved towards the upside. You can clearly see dollar index is currently finding a rejection. I mean, I am pretty bearish on the dollar. Let me know what you guys are. Are you bullish or bearish on the dollar right now? Let me know in the chat here, because I'm freaking bearish on the dollar. I'm so bearish. I mean, I've never been so bearish before on the dollar. Like you can see, this is the weekly time frame. This is, of course, a little bit of a bigger time frame, and we can clearly see support or resistance from this red box is getting found here. We're seeing major market rejections getting formed from this level. We can see major market supports getting found in the past from this level, and right now we're finding a rejection. So is this a point where we could be seeing a massive market turn down, and is this a point that we could be seeing, of course, the market continuing its way further on towards the downside? Yes, I personally think that's a big yes here. So I do look forward towards that. Hopefully we're going to see this further continuation now getting started, because yes, we do know that the biggest market gains for Bitcoin are always happening once the dollar is losing their value. And of course, it doesn't make sense the dollar even came up in its value, because in my opinion, the dollar has only losing valuation because of course the inflation that's turning up so bigly, of course, but still, the dollar is gaining more strength against other currencies and assets. So that's pretty interesting what we currently can see, but it is finally starting to form a rejection. But of course, if you're smart and if you do know how currencies work in general, it's like you're going to zoom out here. You're going to go towards the monthly time frame, and then you're going to be making up your opinion. Do you think that this is a good hold? Do you think this token is a good hold? Let me know in the chat here. If this was a cryptocurrency, was it a good hold? No. Why? It's because it's been in a major bear trend here. Why? It has been forming lower highs, it has been forming lower lows along the way down here, and once again, if this high is getting formed that we're currently trading on, we're once again putting in another lower high. I am bearish on this time frame. I'm bearish on this asset, so I am not investing in it. I don't hold any dollars. I invest my dollars to be making more dollars or more Bitcoins out of it. So that's very important to know right now. But give me a real quick second. I have to pick something. So, Rover, show you home. I can show you my home, but probably my connection is the shit. If you want to be just seeing my home, or if you want to be seeing different kind of stuff here on the channel, if you want to be seeing more lifestyle stuff, go to my Instagram. You can find my Instagram here in the link in the description, and there you can be finding more of my lifestyle stuff here. So if you're interested in that, go to Instagram, of course. But anyways, guys, what are we currently seeing on Bitcoin shorts here? Bitcoin on the shorts is pretty interesting, because we still can see a major rise in Bitcoin short positions. What does this mean here? And what is the last time we've seen this as well? Of course, the last time that Bitcoin has been seeing such a big spike in shorts here was, basically in November, where the market came down as well very significantly. Of course, once those shorts exited the market in beginning December, the market still fell further down here. But right now they're increasing again. And of course, the last major spike here was in July 2021 in terms of short positions. What happened after July 2021? We increased massively because that was the summer low here. And of course, that was the point we were not going down anymore. So is it bearish? Yes, we're seeing more sell pressure on the market. Is it necessarily a game breaker? No, it isn't. Bitcoin long positions not very big still in the market. Still, a lot of people are afraid to be opening their long positions. Still, a lot of negative funding rates here, like we can see on coinglass.com here. And of course, because the funding rates are still negative across the board, left and right here, we do know that we do have some very good opportunities to still trade the market. Of course, especially what is a very negative territorium are altcoins here. Of course, Bitcoin on some exchanges is negative, some exchanges is neutral. But like you can see here, a lot of altcoins currently are having negative funding rates. Just look at Algorand, just look at Gala. Just look at the IC, no, not ICP, but one Harmony one is crazy over leveraged towards the downside. Those assets, and I'm right now calling those assets that are extremely over leveraged towards the downside are very good tokens to be, of course, accumulating and trading towards the upside rather than. So I'm very bullish on those negative funding rates, because that's basically allowing me to be buying it at a more fair valuation here. I do know that my buy is going to be pretty solid if I buy it right now here, because that's just going to be making me just such a bunch of money, much more from this point here. So that's the thing I do look forward towards, what we could be getting from this point here. Of course, we do know, if we're going to look at the liquidations, they've been absolutely very low here on the recent 24 hours, on the recent day. Basically, we've been seeing a 10 million liquidation on the past hour. That's not a lot here, of course. So yeah, why are the liquidation lower is because there's basically no volume at all right now here. So yeah, that is basically the very important things I want to discuss on the lower time frames. But let me right now as well go over Bitcoin on a little bit of the higher time frames. Of course, I've been talking about this range already several times before on the channel, right? So we can clearly see Bitcoin has been finding support several times on this level. Bitcoin has been finding a supportive bounce here on the summer low here of 2021. Bitcoin is currently finding a bounce on this level. And of course, if we're going to go back in time, the first initial time this trend line got started here, we as well bounced from it here in October 2020. So far, this has been a very important trend line. And of course, like you can see here, we've been retesting it. And since of that point, we came up massively. You could be approaching it on the weekly time frame as well here, and on the weekly time frame we can as well clearly see we're bouncing very strong off this level. So I look forward towards it. I do look forward towards what we could be getting and generating from of this point here, but it does look like a Bitcoin could be going in a further continuation from of this point here, since we're touching the lower side. What is going to be important for me if I'm going to really determine, is Bitcoin bullish, is Bitcoin bearish right now, is Bitcoin and its momentum. So we can clearly see Bitcoin rose down very quickly. That's the thing we do know here, and of course that's the thing we can't change anything about. People are saying, oh, Bitcoin is done and dusted, Bitcoin is in a bear market, but that's not how I should approach it. I should rather approach Bitcoin right now here is like, is this a good buying opportunity or is this a good sell opportunity? And if we're going to answer that question, you're going to first of all look at momentum indicators, because momentum indicators are going to help you to identify what we're currently seeing on this market here. So let me quickly enable first the RSI here. RSI, of course, is looking oversold here. First of all, we do know last time Bitcoin was oversold was in the summer low, what also suggested the bottom in for the market. Second of all, we're seeing right now a pretty significant downward sloping trend line getting formed on the RSI. Is it going to be important to be breaking above it? Yes, definitely it will. But yeah, indeed, we are seeing pretty neutral momentum getting formed on the RSI, to be very honest. If we're going to be going over the MACD here, that is really where I start to get bullish here. This is the first indicator where I'm really starting to get bullish on here. Why? Is because like we can still know and like we can still see is that the MACD has been forming a significant uptrend right here. The MACD has been forming higher lows along the way up here. Like you can see, it has been forming consistently higher lows here, together with the lower lows in the market here. So the price action of Bitcoin is still losing valuation. Price action of Bitcoin is still coming down further on here. And even though the price action of Bitcoin still comes down further on here, we can see a clear price and strength increasement on the MACD here. And that basically means here is that the price action is still getting sell pressure, like you can see, because the price action comes down here. But in hindsight right now, we can see that the sell pressure strength is losing very significantly. And that is, of course, making right now a bullish divergence. What is, of course, making a good buying opportunity for the MACD on Bitcoin. And that is making myself extremely bullish again. Of course, it's not only the histogram, but also the moving averages, because these are two separate things here. You have the histogram. The histogram is basically made here between the range between the moving averages, but right now we can see as well the moving averages in score are forming a higher low, and because the moving averages in score are forming a higher low, and of course you should always look at the blue line because that's a lacking indicator. You can see the blue line is forming a higher low here in the market, price action lower low. So we're as well forming a double bullish divergence and basically a full confirmation on the MACD right now here. And of course, full confirmation on the MACD is for me, of course, the buy signal. That is the signal for me that I do want to be getting bullish about it. Of course, we do have more indicators. We do have the money flow index. If we're looking towards the money flow index, we can see also a very interesting thing here. And let me put this towards the top side of the screen again. We can clearly see money flow index has been forming a higher low in the market over here. This high, oh my gosh, my face is in front of it. Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh wait, this was not the case. It's only now the case. So money flow index forming higher low here. Higher low on the money flow index getting formed here, lower low on the price action. So again, bullish divergence getting formed on the price action here. So that is pretty crazy. Good opportunities are occurring right now here. And that is, of course, making myself a particular exciting here on this market movement over here. So that is nice to see here. And I will be, of course, take advantage from it massively right here as well. Quickly going to zoom out here. Let me do something. Let me go towards the monthly chart over here. Let me disable this. And let me go over this. Look at this. This is the fear and greed index here on the bottom side here. So this major market fear. We've never seen this much fear in the market. You can see a massive spike towards the downside getting generated. Interesting. Yes, it is. Weekly time frame. Major fear in the market. Yes, there is. There is a lot of fear in the market right now here. We can clearly see here on the Bitcoin chart is that we're forming similar fear structures and we are in a similar fear stages here. Why we were trading on last time around, but as well we're creating some kind of a divergent structure because yes, there was more greed over here in the market. It was pretty interesting. We came down, the greed cooled off here, and this is of course important to know here. The greed cooled off, price action was higher, so that was basically the opposite way. Of course, price action came higher, greed cooled off here. That is pretty interesting because it should always be the other side around here. That's the reason why we came down as well here, because we were lacking hype as well. I was seeing it, and I was seeing it on my own channel. I was literally seeing it, of course, on Google Trends. If you go to Google Trends here, Google Trends Bitcoin, we were seeing a massive, less increasement compared to February all-time highs here. In February all-time highs, we were having crazy amounts. We were having crazy amount of interest here on the market. Like we do know here, if we're going to go towards the past 5 years on Bitcoin, and if I just put my head away from it because my head was in front of it, we do know, let me see, past 5 year. Oh wait, this is Mexico purely. I want to be doing worldwide. Mexico is pretty popular with crypto right now, to be honest. But yeah, like we can see here, this is basically how it has been going here for the recent days here. This is how it has been going here for the recent period. We do know here on 2017, it was crazy. Then beginning of this year, we were having this massive hype run up here in February, and of course in May it was crazy in terms of how much people were searching up Bitcoin on Google. Bitcoin was just very popular at that point. And let me do like this here. Bitcoin was very popular. And that was the reason why we were seeing as well massive market increasements, of course. And right now we can see clearly on this Google Trends chart as well is that the interest of Bitcoin has been not spiking also hard. And you know what's very funny? Literally, we have been setting a new all-time high here in October. In October, we set at a new all-time high, but Google interest was not rising, and that is also what we can see over here. On this chart, we were seeing there was less greed in the market, but still price action was trading on all-time highs. That is kind of weird. Why? It's because there is no retail FOMO. There is no retail FOMO yet in the market, and this is very easy to see for you guys as well. I mean, what I was saying here, that I see it myself as well on my YouTube channel, is because like I do know these times in February, like the channel, and I do know, I searched it up, I made a document myself here. All crypto related YouTube channels grew with more than like 50 or 60% in just the month of February. And of course, I'm talking about high percentage. And of course, you're saying maybe because they're bigger right now, the percentages are not the same. But as well, like in subscriber count, they grew massively and they're never reached it anymore as well. Why? Is because in February, there were so many people looking to be investing in crypto, looking to invest their time in crypto. And right now, people think, oh, it is already done here. And I can tell you, this hype is going to come again. And of course, the run up over here in February was, of course, people that were excited here. And of course, all after May, because in May, the search trends were the highest, of course, everyone dropped out here. This was the retail crash here. There was all the retailers stepping out. They thought we were in a bear market. And right now, again, I can say we have not seen the FOMO yet here. And as soon as the FOMO does kick in here on the market, we're going to see this real market volatility. We're going to see these real market movements getting started here. And of course, could it take another 6 months? Could it take another year? Could it take another 1.5 years? Yes, it could. I'm not saying that the retail FOMO has to start tomorrow. No, I personally think a retail FOMO is going to start that as soon as Bitcoin maybe is going to trade above $80,000 or maybe $90,000, as soon as we're going to come closer towards that 100K target, the FOMO is going to start here. The FOMO is going to pick up, and it is going to come. It is around the corner. But when, it's very hard to say, and no one knows it. No one. If someone says he knows when the rate of halving is starting, no one knows it. Maybe, of course, from a price search or price action, we could say that. But still, arguably, saying that is also very hard because we don't know how the sentiment is looking from that point. And the thing, what I personally think could cause a lot of FOMO here is that there is going to be announcements from companies like Apple that are investing in cryptocurrency assets here. So if like big companies are going to fall further and further on for crypto, like just big governments are doing right now as well, like in El Salvador, of course, Brazil is falling for Bitcoin right now as well. So if we're going to see more and more people falling for that, that could be having a wider positive effect on this market, and this could be having a wider, bigger surge getting created here towards the upside, of course, from this point. So that's definitely a thing I do look forward towards right now, and that's definitely a thing I'm still waiting for. But guys, anyways, I want to be asking you guys a favor right now here. I currently can see we're literally 4 subscribers away before smashing up towards 76.3k subscribers. So if you haven't already smashed up that subscribe button, don't forget to smash it up right now here. It will be highly appreciated because smashing up that subscribe button will be help me out massively. You will be help me to, of course, and get this video out to everyone out there. And of course, if you can do so right now here, it will be definitely appreciated, of course. So yeah, looking good here, and let me see what the chat is currently saying and what the chat currently is thinking about the hype here. Definitely manipulation by the second, of course. Yeah, it's Bitcoin. There's a lot of manipulation on Bitcoin, and people are getting freaked out of it because a lot of people are selling off Bitcoin on times where you should not be selling them off, of course. We're definitely in a short-term bear market at least. And I mean, to right away answer that question here about short-term bear markets, let me get this back over here. Let me do this. Definitely talking about short-term bear markets. Is Bitcoin not doing this for already a very long time here? Is Bitcoin not already in a very, very different cycle that we have been in before already? Because Bitcoin, in my opinion, has been creating short-term bear markets. Bitcoin, in my opinion, has been creating short-term bull markets because we have been in a different cycle. It's not that Bitcoin is going up for a whole year. No, it is Bitcoin bull cycle, bear cycle, bull cycle, bear cycle. It's trends. And these trends maybe last for 3 months here, like we had over here. I mean, this was the trend that we were in. This was a trend of 105 days where we surged 140% here. Here's well in the trend, but here we were in a downtrend for approximately 100 days. Like 100 days downtrend, 100 days uptrend. 100 days downtrend, maybe we're going to see here for another 100 days. So currently we're 63 days in it. So maybe we're going to be in this bearish trend here for the remaining 98 days here. Sorry, for the remaining 30 days from now on. Could this be possible? Yes. Bitcoin can be for sure be in this downward trend here. Could Bitcoin do the similar things like it did over here, or we're just going to be forming very boring price action that Bitcoin is right now going to do this, and that's it for Bitcoin, and then we're going to go up again, or then we're going to create some market movements again? Yes, most likely, yes, for sure, that's possible. We were just in a whole different stage like 2 years ago, like 4 years ago. It's very important to know. It's very important to know. I think it's crazy because we're seeing optimize and stock, but Bitcoin is flat and dipping, so weird. And the ESO, that's exactly what I explained already a few times ago here, because I do think that's very weird as well. Why? Is because Bitcoin is usually always following the S&P. Bitcoin is always following the stock market. Stock market is trading just a few percentage away from their all-time high. And right now it's so far away. Well, basically shows me here that there is a lot of massive market market manipulation. And basically we could say there's an overreaction here in crypto because the S&P 500 is trading so close towards its all-time high, and Bitcoin dropped up so significantly, where the S&P dropped off 4 or 5% here. Bitcoin dropped down 30%, you know. So there's basically a clear overreaction from the market. And once the market is overreacting, I like to be benefiting from it by accumulating more in towards it. And of course, being bullish once the most amount of people are, of course, extremely bearish. And that's, of course, a thing that I do like to know here. Bitcoin is going to be pumping once it gets the least attention. And it's exactly the point here, what we can see here. Let me see. Let me see what we're going to get here. And let's go over Ethereum. So we discussed Bitcoin right now in depth here. I mean, more in depth, it's almost not possible. So we discussed Bitcoin here for a clear 30 minutes here. But let me go over Ethereum right now. Let me go over a good chart that I do have for you guys. Like this chart. I like this chart a lot. So this is my Ethereum chart. And I'm bullish on Ethereum. Why? Updates. Ethereum is going to come out with a lot of updates. That's just making myself always very bullish by Ethereum. Is Ethereum in a downtrend? Yes, clearly. It's no rocket science that you can't see this. Everyone can see it. Ethereum is trading in a downtrend. Then everyone is always saying to me, Rover, why are you buying into downtrends? Because I distribute in uptrends and I buy in downtrends. Why? Is because there is the big money being made here. If you're buying into movements towards the downsides, you have a bigger chance of making bigger gains here instead of buying into uptrends. Of course, you can be buying into uptrends and make good profits, but you're taking a way more significant risk here. So right now, I am bullish on Ethereum. You're maybe asking me, why are you bullish on Ethereum? Ethereum is going to be rolling out this major update here on the beginning of summer 2022. And of course, by every single day that goes by, every single day that the sun comes down here and the sun comes up here, we're a day closer towards the Ethereum merge update here. And that update is going to roll out in the beginning of summer 2022 here. And it's going to just make so much gains here. And it's going to, you know what's going to do? To say it precisely and to say it exactly to you guys out there, it's going to be making us a bunch of money. We're going to be making tons of money with this Ethereum update that's going to come here, because we know right now for a fact that this update is coming towards Ethereum, and 90% of the investors in Ethereum, or 95% of the investors in Ethereum, don't even know what is coming right here. And that is the reason why we're taking a bigger position. And I can tell you already, the most price surge is going to come once the price once the update rolls out here, because then people suddenly out of nowhere see, oh shit, I want to be buying in towards this asset, but I was not doing so. I feel terrible. And that is, of course, the turning point here where we're going to see, of course, the market rolling again here. So I'm like to be front running the market. I'm not like to be late here to a party. I like to be early towards a party, because then I can get the whole party with me. I can see the whole night. I can see the whole party. And I would definitely love to see so. Let's see what we're going to get here. I'm subscribed to many channels, but your immediate short-term predictions are with quality. That's very nice. Look, I mean, I like to be focusing sometimes a little bit in the long term. Of course, I do focus always on short-term things here, because I like to be trading, of course, the market several times a day here. But of course, in the bigger scale here, I want to be giving you guys wise investments. Of course, always do your own research, but I'm just giving you guys my insights on my own wise investments. And my insights on my wise investments are right now definitely Ethereum. I mean, I've never been talking so much about Ethereum. I mean, once we're looking to, let's say, the top 10 here, what coin is going to be probably gain the most here? Is it going to be Ethereum out of the top 10? Most likely, it isn't. Most likely it isn't, because usually once Ethereum is gaining, let's say 20%, it's our coins like Polkadot that are going to gain even more strong, you know. So top 10 coins to be accumulating right now are Ethereum and Polkadot, in my opinion. Why? Is because I think that the Polkadot only has a chance to be outperforming Ethereum in this run up towards the upside. Why? Is because Web3 is going to be absolutely exploding. But Ethereum, with this run up, with this update that's going to come out here, it's going to be finding coins like Solana. It's going to be finding coins like Cardano. I don't think that those are wise investments. I think rather that like valuation from coins like Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, Ethereum is going to take value out of them. BNB as well, Solana, XRP, Terra, Luna, Avalanche, Polygon as well. I think, to be very honest, Polygon has easy top 10 potential. I think it can easily do so. But I mean, that's what you should know here. The hype is going to most likely turn around towards Ethereum rather than coins like Cardano and Solana, even though I'm extremely bullish on those tokens as well. I think that Ethereum is just going to be the biggest gainer in the whole month here. Of course, we do know that Cardano has been fighting extremely strongly. Of course, guys, we have been holding and we've been looking into Cardano massively. I've been buying Cardano as well massively on this movement in the downside, of course. But Cardano right now absolutely exploding. Just makes me feel pretty lovely. Of course, Cardano was definitely in for its surge. It was a major bullish Verge is getting formed on this market. This was, of course, a major buy signal, and that is why I say bullish diverges are here for buying. Sheeps. I have to go back to here. So bullish diverges are here for buying. Why? It's because we're forming just such a clear buying opportunity that you do not see every single day. Because on the daily time frame, these things just occur maybe once a year, or maybe 2 times a year. But we do know like bullish and bearish divergence on the daily time frame are pretty special. And of course, if you can manage to get your hands on an asset that's forming a bullish divergence on the daily, you could be making a lot of money. Of course, as well. If it's a bearish, the Verge is if you're then going to look for a short position here. So anyways, yeah, it is looking pretty good here. And I definitely look forward towards seeing this breakout further continue here towards the upside. Currently, we do know Cardano is trading indeed against a very crucial horizontal support range. We're looking for this level between the $1.48 towards $1.52 as major resistance. Like you can see from the past, we've been finding a lot of rejections, and right now we're basically retesting it again here, and we could be potentially see, of course, a rejection from this point here. But yes, indeed, there could be as well and breakthrough getting started, and as soon as we do breakthrough of this level, yeah, then we could be starting to be, of course, seeing more significant price searches towards the upside from this point here. What's the most amount of money you lost in one day? I mean, I'm not exactly going to go over that, but like a lot. I lost. I think May was the craziest period for my portfolio, where I literally lost like 40%, 30% in just a matter of like let's say 48 hours approximately. So it was pretty crazy. Those times you feel as well a little bit more terrible. I mean, of course, it's never nice to lose such a big percentage of your portfolio, but it's part of the game. I mean, I can be saying to myself, I can be crying in a corner and say, oh shit, I feel so terrible. Or what I did here is not feel and think about those things. I was thinking at the things why I can still do. I mean, things from the past, you can't change them up here, but things in the future, you can change them up here. So what I did is like focus on your future, and of course what I started to do here is investing more time in my trades, etc. And of course I made a lot of money here on those downward periods. Of course I've been making a lot of investments with my profits I make from my trades here into certain altcoins, and of course those has been the best investments ever, because in that period my portfolio literally did such big of a multiplier. There were so many opportunities. Look back at like October, there were so many opportunities over there with like DeFi games, the whole gaming sector was exploding. A lot of other opportunities as well in the corner, like Polkadot was doing very good here. You could have scrolled up Polkadot for like $12, could have sold it for like $48 or so, $45. I mean, there were so many opportunities to make massive amounts of money here on like the summer low of 2021. And currently, again, there are so many opportunities, and of course, everyone who's currently watching, you're absolutely the man. You guys are absolutely investing your time in the right time. You're investing your time in the right time in crypto, and that is going to make you guys fortunes. Never give up, because giving up is for pussies, in my opinion. Giving up is nothing in my giving up is another thing I say here. Cardano and Matic have been in my portfolio looking very good. I mean, that's very nice to know here. I've been hodling those as well. I mean, I think it's irresponsible. My strategy is here, and of course, I like change up my portfolio every, let's say, once or 2 weeks, once or 3 weeks. I change up my portfolio. I diversify my portfolio because like there are certain assets that exploded, certain assets that have not exploded, and of course, I have to reevaluate to think, okay, what should I invest in right now here? And let me turn it on the dark theme here. I like that a little bit more. So I have to, of course, reevaluate myself. Like, is it a good time to be right now? A whole different thing is it right now a good time to sell some or take some profits on certain coins? That is exactly what I do every single 3 weeks here. And right now, of course, what I've been doing here is that I bought every top 100 coin. I hold every top 100 coin. Of course, some of those tokens I hold more of. Some of those tokens I hold a little bit less of. Basically what it's going to be doing here is that as well, I've got like a sort of kind of S&P, like the crypto 100, you know. I invest in the top 100 tokens here, and of course every 3 weeks or 2 weeks I'm going to diversify again to see, okay, this one performed very good, okay, I'm going to scale out a little bit of this one, but then anyways I'm going to take the piece of the pie of every single token. And since we're right now in a more bearish market, we've been in a more downwards period, I think it's a very good time to do so, because right now everything is oversold and everything is not really having a high valuation. So of course I already was like invested in approximately 50 out of the 100 tokens, so I was only had to be buying another 50, and of course it's just a diversified strategy what I want to be trying to do. So I've been keeping my eyes wide open on like the returns that you can make if you're investing in all the top 100 coins. And they've been always positive here. If we're going to be taking a period of 4 months, you're always making positive returns. So I do look forward towards that. Can you share your thoughts on Alpaca? Of course, Alpaca Finance is pretty cool. Alpaca Finance, I really like the token. I looked in towards it a while ago. Has been going down only. Right now, of course, yeah. What we need here for Alpaca Finance to be bullish is more hype towards DeFi. what we need for Alpaca Finance is more hype towards DeFi. Give me a second. So what we need for Alpaca is, of course, more hype towards DeFi. Why? Is because Alpaca Finance is basically a DeFi token, and of course, for DeFi tokens to explode here, we just need a little bit more hype here. On the other edge here, Alpaca Finance has been trading in a downtrend for a very long period, very sustainable period, and is losing valuation. It keeps on losing valuation every single time here, and that is of course the reason why we can currently see here is that the price action keeps coming down further and further on here. So that's pretty interesting to see here. This is a token I should be buying in right now. Of course, if I look at the chart, I should definitely stay away from it. It doesn't look like a good buying opportunity, even though like in the periods of October where the whole cryptocurrency market was extremely bullish, Alpaca Finance still came down here. So a good or bad investment right now? I should definitely say bad. Is it forming more and more bullish versions? Yeah, it is. But is it still a thing that I should stay away from? I mean, it's not looking extremely strong, to be very honest. So no, I don't really like to necessarily buy in towards it right now here. So no, I don't think it's a very good buy, to be honest. But anyways, guys, today I did a live stream here. Of course, it was not the longest live stream I've done in a while here. But what I will be doing here, guys, is that I want to be, of course, turn back and shooting back in towards another stream or another update video here on my channel as soon as Bitcoin is going to be closing or create some market volatility here on this market movement over here that we could be generating. So I see that BYBIT is sending a super chat here. Hey Rover, what do you think about should I sell my Harmony right now and buy another coin? And if so, which coin should I be buying at this moment? Of course, I can't give you any financial advice, so I can't answer this question here. I would have loved to do so, but I'm not going to answer the question directly. But Harmony 1, of course, have been absolutely exploding. Harmony 1 is doing a very good job here. And of course, these are definitely times that you indeed should be considering taking some profits. Is it smart to go all out? No, I don't think so. Of course, you're trading at all-time highs, so taking profits is never bad here, but what my strategy should rather be is like dollar cost average out here, not go all out at once there, but dollar cost average out. That's what I should do here. I should, of course, dollar cost average out. Of course, you're in a parabolic structure, but I mean, Harmony 1 right now trading already so high here compared to other assets, compared to Bitcoin, where it's in very bearish trend here. It could be creating an even more significant surge up here if Bitcoin is as well going to continue its way up. But what you should be looking right now at is, of course, how the momentum is, of course, currently expelling. Currently, no bearish divergence is getting formed yet here. We can clearly see we're in a parabolic run-up. So once you are going to see consolidation on top side getting created here, you should start to get careful. Retest on the lower side could still be bullish. Taking profits right now, definitely I should be considering doing so, because I should be taking some profits over here because we're already trading on the highs here, depending on where you bought, of course, as well. What other coin to invest in? I've been already seeing some very good ones, of course, but keep your eyes out on my Twitter page. We'll be dropping out some more extra tokens. I have been accumulating as well in the recent days here. So yeah, I'm looking forward towards it. But anyways, I should always dollar cost average out of assets. That's always what I should do here. And of course, always once you're trading close to all-time highs, it's good to do so. But do expect as well that Harmony 1 could be even create more hype here since Bitcoin does flip bullish as well here. But anyways, guys, I will be wrapping up the stream right now here. I will be back with another live stream here on this channel as soon as Bitcoin is going to create some other market volatility here. So guys, anyways, thank you so much for watching. And